and they're dangerous. He said, and there is a lot of cartel movement going on here. You know, and I told him, I was like, so, I told him, I was like, okay, so what are we to do if somebody comes up to me or my son ever again at the mall, and this happens? He's like, the best thing to do is turn around and just walk away. Wow. I was like, so you're telling me somebody threatened my life? I should just walk away? He's like, well, yes. He's like, that's what I can tell you to do. And I was like, I told him, I was like, that's freaking ridiculous. So these criminals, I'm going to have to start hiding at my house because these criminals are allowed to roam the streets. So I told him, I was like, my dad is from Juarez, okay? And I know how disgusting and fucking crazy these cartels are. And if we allow them to fucking take over, we're done. Like, this isn't a fucking game no more. Like, they are here, and they're here to try to take over. I was like, and I refuse to let any part of my family be affected by this shit. Like, we have to stand together as Midland, as the fucking America. Like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, we're gonna let the fucking cartel, we're gonna let these gangs just fucking take over our lives. Now I'm gonna have to be afraid to walk in the streets. Like, there's a reason when you go to Juarez, you dress down. You have to dress down so you're not, a target. And that's what, and it's crazy. The reason I bring that up is because I told him, I was like, these kids, one of those kids, we found out, one of those kids is 16 years old. My son's 15. I was like, okay, there's a chance that he might go to school with this kid. He's like, okay, he's like, I would recommend, because, our son, he dresses nice. He's like, okay, well, I recommend that you dress down. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I was like, so... Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, go ahead.
You saying the MPD officer told you to tell your son to dress down? I guess like we're in Juarez.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. I was like, this is a fucking issue. We are going downhill. Yeah, Midland's growing into a big fucking piece of shit. That's what it's growing to. Yep. All growth is not good growth. You know what I mean?
If your husband said y'all watch me, that's what I've been saying. They want to keep growing this town, and we got a lot of problems. And then they want to say I'm racist. I don't care what they say about me, but I'm not stupid. I was born here. I see what's happening in this freaking city.
And see, that's the thing. Because I told like it's crazy because we just found you maybe a month ago. And I told Ray, I was like, this is crazy. I was like, everything he says, I've been saying this shit. You know what I mean? Like, and it sounds ugly, but it's the truth. Sometimes the truth is ugly, but we got to bring it to the light. Like,
No,
I'm just like, this is fucking insane. You got me fucked up. No, like, I'm not going to take this. I'm not going to be a backseat driver to nobody. I want to, I want to blast this everywhere so people fucking know. Get y'all's heads out of y'all's asses. Midland, Texas, Odessa, Texas the cops told us themselves. Like, they were very nice. I heard it from their mouths themselves. Yes, Midland and Odessa is already part of the top, how there's a top 5 or something like that. Most dangerous towns, cities, whatever the hell you want to call it. Yes, we are the top ones. They're like, yes, and there's a lot of cartel movement here. I'm like, oh, and you think that has nothing to do with all the people moving here? And they can't really, they can't be biased, so they're just they just kind of stayed quiet, I'm just like I refuse. We got to band together. It's not even about, it's about our kids. It's about our kids' future. And then not just that, let me tell you, what annoys me is that we're supposed to just sit back and just let this happen. And I ain't going to be that. I believe that God, He makes things happen. Terrible things happen to me. And I believe that it's so I could learn from it or so I could fight for something. And I believe that this happened. God brought it to my life. He's like, it's going to happen to you. But you know what? I need you to bring this to the light. I don't care. We need to be the voice. We need to bring these damn demons to the light. Because that's where they'll burn. It's after this happened, I was just because my son has been, in public school, and the cop was, I told him, I was so what do we do? He's like, well, to be honest, he's like, my kid's homeschooled. I understand that. I understand that, but we shouldn't get to the point where I have to have out of fear for my child's life. Should I have to homeschool him? It should be my choice as a parent, not out of fear. I don't want to move in fear. God tells me not to move in fear, and I refuse to move in fear.
Yep.
I ain't gonna be playing this game, and that's fine, because I even thought about putting my son in and homeschool. But I have one child, and it's just like he loves being around friends. He like it's different whenever you only have one child. They need that interaction, And if it was safe for me to go to school, it should be safe for my son to go to school.
Yeah,
especially out of fear.
Yeah, especially in Midland where we grew up.
Exactly. I'm just all like, you know what? Screw this shit. Like, no, like I'm not gonna be a backseat driver to nobody.
No,
Like,
I don't blame you.
I need to stand up.
No.
Like this is ridiculous. And I told my husband, I was like, you know what? And for these fucking idiots, I don't like to cuss, but I'm still human.
Yep.
I am God fearing,
tripping.
and I love God. I'm still human, and if you're gonna put me up against a wall, I'm gonna fight my way out.
Hell yeah.
Like I'm gonna fight.
That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. I mean, so I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire, and you gotta talk their damn language.
Exactly.
I say it all the time in my videos. I'm a Christian, but that don't mean I'm a financial doormat or a spiritual doormat.
Exactly.
Hell no.
No, and that's the thing. That's what they want us to do. They want us to start, like folding for them. And it's like, no, I ain't going to. You know what? God also has warriors, and we're gonna be the new warriors. I ain't gonna be taking this shit, sitting down. I was like, and my dad, I do, like, and that's fine. That's the thing. Like, you can feel however you want about your, I think it's stupid that people bring up the color of your skin. The color of your skin doesn't have nothing to do with how you grew up. Like, I just think it's fucking insane. So, I'm not saying that, because I am, I have my dad in Juarez, I have brothers, that, from his kid, from his wife, but I tell people, I'm like, you don't understand that even I should be, supposedly in their eyes, I should be fighting for open borders, but I would never fight for an open border, even if it did allow my dad to be here with me and my uncles to be here with me. I would never allow an open border just so it's like, to me it's like, you fucking idiots. Like, do you get it? I prefer my city, my town to be safe, in our country to be safe, for my son to be safe, than have my dad and my uncles here and it be unsafe.
Yo, man,
you know what I mean?
That's a good point. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And
fuck that shit.
Yeah, well,
sorry.
No, but it's all good. The thing that people don't understand, they don't get it, is I've already interviewed Border Patrol, all kind of law enforcement. Like, our southern border, they're letting in bad people, especially when Biden was in office, and these people do horrendous acts. And I don't want my damn country filled with these people. We don't know who the hell they are, where they came from. They want to come in and do it the right way, but they get mad about it. But they don't understand. They're letting in a flood of people that are, we don't know who the hell they are. The two, I'm finna drop a video. There's two in Odessa. I don't know if they're related, but they're both wanted for murder and kidnapping in Mexico.
I saw that.
Yeah, and they released them. The one in downtown Midland, he went through a freaking chase in downtown Midland, and he's an illegal too.
Is that the one with the crash?
Yes, that I'm finna. Yeah. Anyways, the point is, I got y'all's back. I can set something up. I'll text you. I don't know when y'all can just phone in and we can put it out there. But it's interesting you're telling me. I'm gonna tell my people now, because if you're saying this, I'm pretty sure that you're not lying. But the facts of the matter are, yeah, the MPD are telling you that. I can get my people and we can start looking into this, because if that's true, that Midland, which I already knew, it's not so freaking innocent. But if we know the cartel's here. But if it's a main stronghold of the cartel, that needs to be a major focus for me and my people.
That's the thing. Why isn't the police department saying this shit out loud?
No, because the mayor,
presence.
Because the mayor and them, they want to make this town to grow to make freaking money. We've been fighting with the mayor and them. They keep wanting to grow this town and all kinds of crap to make it look like it's good.
A piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly what it is. I keep saying we need to have degrowth. We need to quit freaking growing and focus on our problems. But they don't listen. They think I'm crazy or something. I'm not stupid. I was born here.
It's crazy, because I told her, I was like, this fool, like, we speak so much alike. Yeah, I don't agree 100%. Nobody's going to agree 100% with nobody. I was like, but we say a lot of the same shit, and people like what I say. And it's just like, it's the fucking truth. What do you want? Like, I'm not gonna just sugarcoat shit. It's the truth. I was like, all these fucking people, I'll tell you this much. That Father's Day weekend where this whole, no flag, or what was it? No king.
Yeah,
crap.
protest, yeah.
Okay, I'll put it this way. I'm like, just pay attention to how dead the streets were. That tells you how much freaking illegals are here. That tells you how much. Most of the fucking people that moved here are illegal. And that's why our crime rate is fucking out of this world right now.
Yep.
It's like, what are y'all that stupid to put two and two together? The only thing that's happened in the last 5 years that made Midland and Odessa hit like to the top point, of being one of the most dangerous towns, I'm like, is the influx of people that got here.
Yep.
And guess what? Is it a coincidence that no flag bullshit or whatever, that no kings thing? I was like, is it a coincidence that me and my husband were driving around all weekend for almost for like 4 or 5 days? The traffic was like back in the day in Midland. Like I was like, damn, this is nice. Like,
Well, that's even like LA. That's how LA is now. Huh, same thing.
Yes.
Well, hey, so I guess what I'll do is I'll get you on the phone and we'll drop it. So you're saying I'll interview y'all. I'll be texting y'all back and forth. But you're saying in the Midland Mall, your son.
Yes.
Who approached them? Do they look like they were illegals? Or you're not sure.
No, they weren't. Because it turns out my son, because the friends, one of his other friends was like, hey bro, like I do know, I've heard of them, like I've seen them, they're a gang, and that's why his little friend was quiet at first. He was scared, because he didn't tell the cops nothing. And then that his little friend told him, he's like, hell yeah, he's like, they shoot people, he's like, they really do, they're a gang,
And they're in Midland.
Yes. Oh, hell yeah.
And they try to take your son's shoes. What kind of shoes did he have?
Dior shoes. And they're like, hey, what's up? Like, I like your shoes or whatever. What my husband told you, and they were just like, hey, I'm gonna take them off of you. And my son was like, because I teach my son to stand up for himself. This isn't the first time. Even when my son has been in school, and the teacher, I told my son, I was like, son, there wasn't no one around you. There wasn't no adult, a teacher to pull that kid aside and call the cops. He's like, oh, there was a teacher. I'm pretty sure she heard, but she didn't care. She didn't do nothing.
Yeah, they don't care.
Even at school, another kid, just because my son don't back down, they try to punk him, and he didn't back down. And they told him like, oh bro, what's up? Like, we tote. Like, what's up?
What?
We carry guns. Like, yes, yeah. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, these kids are just going around just wanting to shoot everybody. Just because. And well, either way, going back to that. So my son was taught always to defend himself. Stand up for yourself and for the people around you. And he was like, hell no, like, what's up? I'll fight you. Like, you ain't gonna take my stuff. Like, you ain't gonna take my shit or whatever. And he's like, and then that's whenever that kid was like, oh, I don't fight, I shoot. Let's go outside. And my son's like,
this is at the mall?
He's like, I'm not stupid.
At the mall?
Yes, this was at the mall. This was even the cookie lady. What's that place called? The Annie's Cookie or whatever. Even she told my mom, because she was walking from Ross, because it's normal for kids to walk around the mall, and either me or my mom go to another store and they're just hanging out with their friends.
Wow. So this was Friday.
Yes, and this was at the food area.
Yeah, right there. That's why I like to get my cookies right there.
There.
Yeah. What the hell?
Yes,
wow.
And nobody. I'm just like, what the fuck's going on, cowards? Like, I was like, because he said that they got a little loud, so he got loud, and he said that there was people looking at them already. You know what I mean? Like, he brought attention. Other people around were looking at them like, what's going to happen? And those same kids, it turns out that the security guard said that they were the same ones that were trying to rob, what's that store called? Mad Rack or something like that? Mad Rag? They were trying to rob in there. And the girl that worked there, she's the one that she had called the cops even before this, because they had tried to steal in the store.
Nobody has pictures.
And nobody has pictures. There's no pictures of them.
No, nobody. See, that's what my husband. That's what he's like. Where's the cameras? Like, why? Like, these cameras don't work. Like, where can we get this footage? And what did the security tell you?
He's just we have to get it from the mall, because they're just third-party security. They're contracted out. So
wow.
The mall.
So yeah, but we did file charges. We talked to the cops. Like my husband, because. Yeah, like he filed charges and everything.
Good.
But like this shit is getting serious.
Hell
like, this isn't a game no more. Whenever they're, like I say all the time, do whatever the fuck you want to me. But when you start fucking with my kid, I am a beast. I'm gonna be that fucking lion. I'm gonna devour you. Don't mess with my kid. No. Like, I have one kid, and all the other fucking kids, they don't deserve to go to school and have to join a gang or fear for their life just to go to school or just to walk around the mall. We walked around the mall at 15, 60 years old, and we felt safe to walk around the mall. So should my kid and anybody else's kid.
Totally agree. People need to hear this raw emotion, and I'm not gonna put your. It ain't like your name, but it could probably go. If it goes viral, it goes viral. But people need to hear this shit.
Oh, I pray to God. I prayed to God last night. I cried my freaking head off, and you know what? This is what God's telling me to do. He made this happen so that it could be brought to my attention, and I could be the light. I'm gonna. Oh, I ain't shutting down. I ain't shutting up.
Amen.
We are going to help be part of the solution. We ain't gonna be bowing down to nobody. We're gonna be part of the solution. The problem's coming to us. We're gonna be the solution.
Amen.
I'm getting sick of this crap.
Amen.
You know,
no,
God is the one that told me you ain't. You know, I ain't gonna take this sitting down.
I got y'all's back, and this is the kind of stuff I've been talking about for a long time. And I'm sorry this happened to y'all, and I see we can help get it exposed as far as people and knowing about it. Because how you gonna go to the mall?
God does everything for a reason.
Amen.
God does everything for a reason, and I know that God's all like, you know what? This has to happen to you so that you can start spreading the word. I know it, and I ain't a victim. God doesn't want me to be a victim. He wants me to be a warrior. We're gonna be warriors. I ain't a victim, and I refuse. I refuse to be a victim. There's a lot of other crap that goes on here, and no. Until it finally hits somebody's home, then that's whenever they're gonna feel it. And I don't want that for everybody. Like, start doing something now. Like we called my husband's sisters. We're like, y'all's kids are little right now, but guess what? If we don't do something right now, in a few years, it's only gonna get worse. And guess what? What if it comes to the point where your kid in junior high has to join a gang, where they're afraid, or they have to join a gang just to feel safe? Hell no, I'm not gonna let that shit happen. Like, we can't let this shit happen. Like, we have to fight for. When you have something good, you fight for it.
Yeah.
And it's still worth fighting for. Our country, our town is still worth fighting for.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, I totally agree. All right, no.
I ran
No, that's good. It's just, like I said, it's crazy. It ain't too crazy because the things I've discovered about this town, it ain't what they think it is. Well, but they know how to hide it, and they open the Costco, and they think everything's all good here. I ain't dumb. They're not gonna play me or trick me. I was born here. I seen what this country, what this city has become. So.
Yep. Okay, because I was gonna say, I don't see what I did was my husband did the police report, but even after that, I was all like, no, like, I need answers. I need to know what I can do to protect myself. I need answers. I need to know what we can do, like how to fight back against this. So we went to the Midland Police Department.
Whoa. Okay.
You know what I mean? We went to the department, and we were just like, we need to talk to somebody. I need answers, like. And they were very nice. They were very nice. They were very forward, like straightforward. You know what I mean? They didn't try to gaslight me or nothing like that. They're like, this is going on.
Wow.
What can we do? Like, like, it's only getting more dangerous, and we don't have as much workers, and yes, there's a lot of gangs. There's a lot of young gangs.
Wow.
And there's a lot of cartel presence here.
And you said it took 45 minutes for the cops to go to the mall when y'all called them?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yes. I was upset. I was like, why the hell is it taking so long?
Damn, imagine if something bad would have happened, God forbid, 45 minutes? What the hell?
Uh-huh. Yeah. And I'm not saying, and that's the thing, like, I'm not even saying, like, it's the police department's fault. What I think is the root of the problem is, like, why the hell are y'all not, instead of building a damn Costco and building all these damn banks and shit, why the hell are y'all not paying these guys more? I bet you if y'all paid these cops a lot more, because they're the ones here to protect us, I bet y'all if y'all paid them more, there would be more police presence.
Yeah.
Because we told them, we're like, I remember back in the day where because my mom, her husband's from New Mexico, and his family used to be like, hell no, we don't go over there to Midland, Odessa, because the cops are hot. Like, they're assholes. Oh,
yeah, I remember, we
don't want to go over there. And guess what? How the fuck did we go from criminals don't want to come here because they're scared of the cops to the criminals are running the damn city, the damn town? You know what I mean? Like, how did it turn that way? Hell no. We need to make the fucking cops stronger, tougher. We need heavy police, and guess what? If they're not paying them good, well, who the hell's gonna want to stay there and risk their life if they're not even paying them good? That's the thing. I don't even have a problem, this situation, I don't even have a problem with the cops. My thing is, like, what the hell? It's a damn city. Pay them better. You know what I mean? It's like, we can't fucking go from, little bit of crime rate to all of a sudden it explodes. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that it's fucking insane. It's like, screw that shit. Like, y'all are dropping the fucking ball. Y'all need to pay these guys more instead of building all this stupid shit, being proud of the stupid shit that y'all are building. Y'all need to make our streets safer. Y'all need to make it safer for our kids to even go to school, to even go to the freaking mall. You know?
I totally agree. Ever since Gary Painter died, it's like we are crying our town to crap, you know?
Yeah, that's what my husband said. You know, like, I'm all like, I can't, like, no, the difference is that the police they've gone softer, and the criminals know it. So the criminals are starting to run shit, and we're just supposed to sit here and take it. No. And it's like, hell no, I'm not gonna sit here and just take it. I'm not just gonna be a backseat driver in my life. Nope. You know what I mean? Like, no, I refuse to.
Nope.
And everybody else should feel the same way.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And if they don't like it, guess what? If you don't like it, then that means that you're part of the problem.
Yep, totally agree.